Good afternoon. Welcome to another live feed on my YouTube channel, Rashad Mitchell YouTube channel. Let's get into it, man. NBA, the week that was, man, postseason style. It's heating up a little bit. We got some interest in some certain series that looks really good. Starting with the Clippers and the Nuggets, man. That was a great game yesterday. That was an excellent game. When you look at the buzzer beater, game winning walk off slam dunk by Aaron Gordon, man, that was just an incredible play. Jokic was attempted, a miracle shot. It was an air ball, and in the nick of time, Gordon was able to get there, in the nick of time, and slam that ball down and win that game 101-99. And that was a big time win for the Nuggets. It's a must win for the Nuggets. Tough loss, bad loss for the Clippers because they had a 22, excuse me, they had a chance to win that game. They were down 22 points, giving credit by erasing that lead, but you had a chance to win that game to go up 3-1, take a commanding 3-1 lead, and put the Nuggets back against the wall. And I think from that perspective, man, that was a bad loss for the Clippers. So we're gonna see how they respond to that adversity and see how they bounce back. Okay. So like I was saying, that was a tough loss for the Denver Nuggets. No, they had a 22-point lead. Excuse me, bad loss for the LA Clippers. They overcame a 22-point deficit, and they was able to get back into that game, but they wasn't able to finish. I think that's the thing that you're a Clippers fan, you're gonna be thinking about. Man, we had a chance to win that game. We go up by 3-1, have a stranglehold in the series. Now it's a best of three moving forward, and the series should be a 7-game series, which is not surprised by. The series should be a Game 7 series. It's an even matchup, and I think from that standpoint, the Nuggets did what they had to do to win that game. They had a 22-point lead. They almost blew it, but they was able to finish it off. That was a big time dunk by Aaron Gordon. Like I said, being in the right place, right time. And it was the first buzzer beating, game winning dunk in playoff history. Kind of like reminiscent of Lorenzo Charles. Lorenzo Charles made that dunk against against Houston in the 1983 championship game in college. Derek Wittenberg shot that 3-point shot. No, it wasn't a 3-point shot. It was a jumper, air ball. He airballed that shot, but Lorenzo Charles was right there, caught it, slammed it, and the game was over. So it's kind of reminiscent of that, at the buzzer. There was no replay, no instant replay at that time. It was just, he just made the dunk, and it wasn't a good call. He did slam it in the nick time, and NC State won the championship. So it's kind of like reminiscent of that with Aaron Gordon making a game-winning slam dunk shot in that fashion, man. That was something that you never seen before. It's the first time that ever happened. So I think from that standpoint, game-winning, buzzer-beating, game-winning dunk, that's something that you never seen before in basketball. And that happened as it won 101-99. Look like that series is going to be a very competitive series moving forward. It's going to be a 7-gamer. That's what I see. So give credit where it's due. It was a back and forth affair, and Denver was able to hold on and get the victory, a much needed win to tie the series up at 2-2. So we got the best of three moving forward and see what happens with the Clippers. How do they bounce back going back to Denver and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens with that. So I wanted to start off with that because that's the best series right now. When you look at this series between the Clippers and the Nuggets, that's the best series by far. You got a lot of other series that could possibly be a sweep. We already have a sweep when it comes to Oklahoma City. They playing the best basketball than anybody. They swept Memphis last night. Yesterday afternoon, they won 117, 115. And they was able to get the job done. And they advanced, so they're gonna get a lot of much needed rest. They took care of business, quick work with Memphis. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a championship team. You do quick work with the team that you're going against. You think you know you're better, and you go out there and you do it. And they was able to do that, get the job done, and win 117 to 115 against the Grizzlies to advance to the second round. But that's not what their goal is. Their goal is obviously to win the championship, to go all the way. When you win 68 games, it's all about championship or bust. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had 38 points. He did his thing, 12 rebounds for Hartenstein, 6 assists for Gilgeous-Alexander. They won 117 to 115, and they advanced to the next round of the playoffs. So I thought it'd probably be a 5 game series, but give credit where it's due. You have that killer instinct, you find a way to win, you find a way to get it done. And also, they're the same team that in game three overcame a 29-point deficit this past week. It was shocking, man. They were down by a lot of points, 26 points at halftime, then 29 points overall, and they was able to win 114 to 108. So they've been able to win close games, come back and win. Well, blowing teams out because last week they blew out the Grizzlies by 51 points and then blew them out in the second game. So they've been blowing teams out, but they show how they could come back from deficits and rally from a 29-point deficit, a 26-point deficit that they had to do at halftime. They was able to win. So that's the narrative with that. OKC advanced there in the second round. They're the best team right now. They're playing the best basketball. Again, they trailed by 26 points, 12 by 29, and still was able to get the victory anyhow. So give them credit for that. The Knicks, who are about to play the Pistons right now, they took a 2-1 lead this past Thursday. They won 118 to 116. Was able to advance. So now, go up 2-1. Go up 2-1. Now they're trying to take a 3-1 commanding lead. Well, can the Pistons win at home and even the series up at 2-2, make this a best of three, maybe go 6 or 7 games? I think the Pistons have been the better team so far. Even though they're down 2-1, they should be up 2-1 themselves because they've been playing so well as a team. I think they've been outplaying the Knicks at times, but give credit to the Knicks. They're up 2-1. See if they can take a 3-1 lead over the Pistons. But the Pistons, I think they'll win today. I think they got to even it up. They know this is a big time game. This is a must win. No Isaiah Stewart. He's not going to be playing today. No Isaiah Stewart. He's out because of his knee. So that's not a good look. But we'll see if they can go up. Go and even the series up at 2-2. Then the Cavaliers, they blew out the Heat yesterday afternoon, 124 to 87, giving the Miami Heat their worst playoff loss ever in their franchise history. Jared Allen had 22 points. DeAndre Hunter had 21 as a 124 to 87 yesterday afternoon to go 3-0. Donovan Mitchell hadn't do that much. He had 13 points. He's their best player, but this shows you how deep this team is. For its depth, they know how to get it done. Even when their best player is not scoring a whole lot of points, they got so many other pieces that can contribute and get the job done. So I think when you look at Cleveland, they look very good right now. They're playing like they're supposed to play. Now they're on the verge of sweeping Miami Heat, and see if they do that on Monday. I think they will. Friday, the Magic beat the Celtics to get back to the series. They won 95-93. The Bucks beat the Pacers 117 to 101. So that's a 2-1 series lead in favor of the Pacers. And the Timberwolves won 116 to 104. Big time performance by Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards played very well. Anthony Edwards. He scored see how many points he scored. Anthony Edwards. He made some big time baskets down the stretch. Down the stretch, he played very well. He had 29 points, but the fourth quarter he definitely contributed big time down the stretch for us making baskets and also being a willing passer to get the ball to his teammates to make big shots. So he was able to do that. He had 8 rebounds, 8 assists, almost had triple double goal with 29 points. So he was able to facilitate and get guys open and to make big shots down the stretch of that game. And I think that's the thing that stands out with Anthony Edwards having an all-around game, not just he could do his thing for his scoring and shooting threes and scoring, but his ability to just get passes to other guys and open shots, give them open shots. I think that's the thing that was impressive about Anthony Edwards' his ability to facilitate and get guys involved and knock down some key baskets. So I think that's the thing that stands out in the fourth quarter. Let's look at the play-by-play sequence because he definitely was big down the stretch, and that's what you gotta do in the fourth quarter. You're a big time player. You gotta come through in the fourth quarter, get good baskets, but also be a facilitating passer, get the ball out to the wide open man, make shots. I think that's what he was able to do in that fourth quarter on Friday. Made a 3 point shot to give Minnesota lead 106 to 103. A 3 point shot with 4:19 to go. And then again, he made a big assist with 3:04 to go to Nash Reed, who made a 3 point shot. Anthony Edwards made that assist. He made that play. He was a playmaker. He did the same thing with Jaden McDaniels. Same thing. Another big time shot that was made by McDaniels, but because of Edwards' assist making, facilitating, and also he made a jump shot, step back jump shot in the fourth quarter. So he came up big in the fourth quarter, Anthony Edwards. That's what you gotta do. Fourth quarter, that's when you gotta make your mark on the game, and that's what he did. And they was able to win 116 to 104. Okay, so that's the next scenario with that. Um, the Warriors won last night despite not having services of Jimmy Butler. They won 104 to 93. What else is new? Steph Curry played vintage basketball like he always do, 36 points, hitting I think like 5 3-point shots. Let's see. I think he had 5 threes. He had 5 3-point shots that was made. That's what this guy does. You know, he knows how to get it done. And when you look at Steph Curry, you know he can be dangerous. You know he's gonna make some big shots. He's their best player by far, obviously, on that team. Despite not having Jimmy Butler, he has his pelvis injury. They beat the Rockets. The Rockets played well enough to win this game. You know, they did enough to try to win this game, but it wasn't good enough. That's what's going to be their downfall. Who they have to make a big shot in a big spot. I think that's going to be probably their downfall, even though they have Jimmy Butler. Um, Warriors, but the Warriors have Steph Curry, who knows how to get it done. And when you look at the Rockets, they had a chance to really win this game because they had leads, a big lead in this game. They was up 13 points, but Steph Curry handled his business. He had 13 points in the second quarter to bring Golden State to within 3 points, 49-46, after trailing by 13 points. So you look at Houston's side, they had a chance to really blow this game open, and they wasn't able to do it. And give credit where it's due to the Golden State Warriors for winning this game. 36 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Just being a facilitator, that's what kind of gets overlooked with Curry. You look at his 3-point prowess, his scoring, but he showed that he can get guys involved and be that facilitator, be a guy that's going to make his teammates around him better despite not having Jimmy Butler on his side. So they win 104 to 93. So we take a 2-1 lead, and that's the scenario with that. So let's fast forward today. Like I said, we got the Knicks and the Pistons going on right now. A pivotal game 4 must win for the Pistons to try to even the series up at 2-2. Or else the Knicks will win it. If they win this game, they'll go up 3-1, looking to end this series up probably at 4 or 5 games, 5 games. So we'll see what happens. Also, we got the Timberwolves and the Lakers later on today at 3:30. You got the Celtics and the Magic 7 o'clock. And we got the the Pacers and the Bucks, as the Bucks try to even the series up at 2-2. They trail 2-1. All right, so that's it, man. That's it for today's the NBA. The week that was the NBA. Be back tomorrow for Classic Books with Rashad Mitchell. Get into so it'll be in the book of Micah. Get into that. May finish that book off, chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then get into the next 67, UCLA Bruins. That's going to be on the docket. So that's it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the content. I'll be back real soon, tomorrow. So till then, talk to you soon. Yeah. That's it. Talk to you soon. Talk to you more.